All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the part of the world you're watching me from. You're welcome once again to Bearable Channel. And this evening, we're going to be doing a quick review on the British pounds American dollar for the new week that we're going into, which is the 8th to 14th of September. I hope last week was profitable for you as it was for me. As it's our usual norm, we'll be looking at the verse in the Bible. Today's verse is taken from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, and it says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the sun." Right? Now, in some other versions, it says there's a time for everything under the sun. Right? Now, why am I talking about this? There's a time when it comes to trading, there's a time to buy, there's a time to sell, there's a time to wait. You understand? There's a time to take profit, there is a time to take stop loss, there's a time to study, there's a time to back test, there's a time to trade, live trading. And the problem or the information that you need to get out of this verse is, if you're doing the right thing in the wrong season, it will still turn out wrong, right? So whatever you need to do, you need to make sure that you're doing it during the right season. It's just like trading. If you're buying when the market is selling, you're buying. You buying does not mean that you're doing the wrong thing. It just means that you're not doing the right thing at the right time, right? So put this into your perspective and apply it when you're looking forward. Okay. All right, so let's go to the chart quickly. I spoke about this chart last week, and I mentioned that I was expecting the market to move in a particular way, and then from there we'll know what to do. So we were here last week, right? We were here last week, and I said two things could happen. We could see the market tap into the zone, come down, and continue the downward trend, or once we see the market break above, we can expect the market to run to the upside. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. Now, the reason why I'm going to the 4-hour time frame is because this zone that was tapped here on the 4-hour time frame was a breaker block on the 4-hour time frame, basically a supply zone or a resistance zone, right? Now, what the market did this week was the market opened here on Sunday, pulled up a bit to close this gap, and came close to this trend line and then dropped. Now, the drop that the market did, because this was where we were last week, the market dropped below this zone into this other block here, right? It came into this other block here, and immediately it came into this other block. What happened? The market broke above it into the zone, and thanks to NFP, the price came down to this point, right? So I'm just going to mark here for us to see, right? So this is actually a demand zone or an order block, if you will have it, right? So this was where the price came back to. Now, if you notice something about this chart, the last time the market made a major move, the market tapped a daily order block zone, and by the time the market came down, the market also tapped a daily order block zone. Now, after this order block zone, this is the next order block zone, and the next order block zone is between 1.3320 and 1.341. Right now, why am I showing you this? I'm simply showing you this because we may assume that the market is still on a bullish trend here, structure wise, and the market may still pull up into the zone, and then maybe from here we may see a flip before the market comes down, right? However, if you notice, when I was doing the analogy last week, I said that we had a range here, the same way we had a range here, and when the market broke out, the market tapped into it. But after this range, rather than the market tapping into it and coming down, the market tapped into it, came down, and then did a flip. Now, when we're talking about the flip, what am I talking about? I meant that the market switched from bearish to bullish, right? So the market became bullish here because The market came down here, came up here, came down here, and right now it has broken this trend and it came down here, right? So personally, I'm most likely rooting for a bullish move to the upside. Okay, now here is my dilemma for this new week, right? In as much as this market has broken here, you would observe that the market came to tap this previous high, which for me simply indicates that the market probably came back to close all the gaps that were up here, and this bearish candle has overlapped the moves that the market made from Wednesday up till Friday, right? So understand what I'm saying here. So the markets moved from here, right? It moved to this point for 2 days, and the move for 2 days were conquered in 4 hours, which simply means that the bearish trend is still present here. Okay, so being a follower of the market, what am I going to do this week? It's quite simple. If the market should break below this low, right, this low, then I believe that the bears are in charge, and then we could have something like this. Let's say the market pulls up a bit, then comes down, right? Then I would expect the market to pull up, come down, pull up, come down, till we get to this daily order block zone down here, right? Now, this is a probability in the market. Now, if this market from this point, rather than pulling up a bit, right, as I explained earlier, and pushing down, the market actually goes above this level, right? What do I now have? What I simply have is, from this bearish trend, the market has changed to what? A bullish trend, giving me a higher high, higher low, and what? Higher high, telling me that the market wants to do or go up. So I would be looking for pullbacks to buy till the price gets to this point. Okay, so my two expectations are either the market pushes up to this zone, or the market pulls up a bit, right? Pulls up a bit to close this gap here, right? To close this gap, and then does what? Pushes lower. So once it pushes lower, what I simply have is a high, a lower low, lower high, lower low. So I'll be expecting a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, till I see a flip for the bearish, for the bullish move. All right, so these are my two expectations this week. What I would be doing is I would be going to the lower time frame to see what the market does somewhere around here, maybe on Monday, Tuesday, right? We have CPI on Wednesday, right? No, this PPI. Yeah, we have CPI on Wednesday. Yeah, so I want to see the effect of CPI on the market, which will determine if the market is bullish or bearish. Then from there, I will know if I'm going to continue selling with the pullbacks or buying with the pullbacks. All right. So feel free to share your thoughts. Please like this video, share with friends and fellow traders, and do not forget to subscribe. Till next week, I hope you do have a profitable week as we enter this new week. So till next week, I remain your host, Bearable King, and stay safe and stay blessed. Do have a lovely trading week ahead. Bye bye.